Hello everybody, my name's Alan and you're watching Guns, Gear, and Outdoors Alaska. It's a beautiful March day, and today we're going to be comparing 410 versus 22 Rimfire in survival guns. And the platforms we're going to be using for comparison are my Rossi Tuffy in 410 and my Chiappa Little Badger in 22 Magnum. So these are about as close to apples to apples as you can get for gun comparison. They're both single shot break actions that cost less than $200. They both fold down or take down into a compact package, and they both weigh about 3 pounds. So as far as the guns go, that's about as close as we're gonna get. But let's get a closer look at these cartridges and talk about the pros and cons of each. Here we go. Here's our 22 Magnum on the right and 410 on the left. I have made a previous video saying why I think the 22 Magnum is a superior survival rifle cartridge, but for the purpose of today's comparison, any 22 Rimfire can really stand in for this. But first thing we notice right off the bat, the 410, this is a 3-inch 410 shell. It's a lot bigger, it's a lot heavier. You're going to be able to carry a lot less of these for the same weight and the same amount of space. So that's one con against the 410 and one advantage to the 22 Magnum. Another advantage of the 22 Rimfires overall is even the Magnum, they're less expensive and a little bit easier to find, at least where I'm from, than these 410. These 3-inch 410 shells were almost $1 a piece, which is more than 12 gauge. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But what are some other, so if this thing's bigger and it's heavier and you ain't gonna be able to carry as many, what are some of the advantages of the 410? Let's talk about that. So what are the advantages of the 410 if the ammunition's heavier and you can't carry as much? I think really getting that pattern, all those little pellets out there, might increase your chances of getting a small game animal within the range limitations of the 410, especially in a survival situation when you're probably more likely than not going to be hungry, tired, potentially injured, and maybe you're not a habitual shooter, you're just an average person who got in a crappy situation and you gotta put food on the, I don't know, get food for the camp. So that's where I think the 410 has a little bit of an advantage. The 22 Rimfire should, in theory, be able to shoot a little further if you're a precise shooter, but maybe the margin of error, having that pattern, is going to increase your chances of getting a small game animal. And that could mean the difference of going hungry that night or not. So we're going to test that today. Let me show you the targets we're going to use and how we set them up. Let's get to it. Okay, to test what works better in the field for me, I have 7 of these varmint targets set up out there, starting at 10 yards, going out in 5-yard increments with the furthest target at 40 yards. So I'm going to shoot these each once with each gun, starting with the 22 mag, and we'll see for me under these field conditions which one I bag more critters with. Let's get started. That's a dead critter there at 10 yards. I understand it might be kind of tedious to watch me shoot all these, so I'll go ahead and put a timestamp up here if you want to skip ahead to the results. Otherwise, let's keep shooting. Right, last one, 40-yard target. Okay, let's grab the 410 and do the same thing. So the ammunition we'll be using for the 410 is this Federal 3-inch 11/16 ounce, a number 4 shot. This was the best stuff for the purpose I could find in my local store. Should do pretty good. Looks like we got that one. You can see our pattern starting to open up. Yeah, I'm not sure about these longer ones. We'll see. All right, last one. I know it's just a 410, but I'm surprised there's quite a bit of recoil with this, with these 3-inchers. It's a very light gun. All right, I'll go out and grab the targets and let's take a look. So our first target, 10 yards. You can see this guy got peppered pretty good. It's not immediately obvious from the front which hole here is the 22, but I can see it from the back. It's right there. So killed him with the 22 and full pattern coverage. This absolutely would have killed this critter, this ground squirrel or whatever it is. And you probably would have had a significant amount of meat damage. Maybe more so with the 410 on that one, but got him with both guns with that. Pushing it back to 15 yards. See our pattern opening up a little bit. There's our 22 hit, dead center. I was aiming center mass on these just because I wanted to give it the best chance possible of hitting. There'd be less meat damage with the 410, but it still would have killed it. So another one for both. So this is a little bit embarrassing. This high one here is my 22. So I missed with that, but we can see got a few 410 pellets in the head. That would have killed him. So this one goes to the 410. So here my 22. It's a little bit off center, but say that probably would have got him. We got a few pellets in the middle, but not a lot. I'm not sure if that would have killed him right away. Probably would have got him eventually. Those number 4 pellets are pretty large, but I'll throw that in the both pile. But the 410 was getting a little marginal by that range. This is 25 yards. All right, 30 yards. And see, there's my 22 hit. That would have killed him for sure. And we only have one 410 pellet right there that hit the gopher. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to the 22. One little pellet kind of in the neck, but out in the meat. I don't think that would have killed him, at least not very quickly. Yeah, we're starting to really see the limitations of the 410 here, getting past 25 yards. Here's the 35-yard target. There's my 22 hit. That would have killed him for sure. I'd like to pretend I was aiming at his head, but that wasn't the case. But hey, either way, got him. And then got a 410 pellet right in his head and down here. Got lucky with that one. This would have killed him, but that was kind of the luck of the pattern, but that'll go in the both pile. And believe it or not, our 40-yard target, the 410, killed him, got him right in the eye. There's our 22 hit right in his neck. And then a couple more 410 pellets in the kind of little far back, heart-ish, heart, lung, liver area. So yeah, wow, if we look at the score, they're dead even. They 410 missed one, didn't kill one at 30 yards, and I missed a shot at 20 yards with the 22. So really, from 0 to 40 yards, it could go either way. Guess it's going to depend on your individual context and your personal preference, which one you think is better for the situation you're in. And it's going to depend on who you plan on using your gun. I noticed while I was shooting, I had to concentrate a lot harder with the 22 than I did with the 410. And I'm well rested, well fed, and all that good stuff, and uninjured. So maybe the 410 inside 40 yards is a better choice if you're looking at a survival situation. But then you do have the ammunition, weight, and size and cost factor. So really, like a lot of things, they're both good choices, and it's up to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. I enjoyed making it. It's fun to come out here. It's really nice out. It's probably 20, 25 degrees. It's awesome. And it was sunny when we started, but the clouds came out now. But I really enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon. And like and subscribe if you think I deserve it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me which one you guys would choose if you were in a survival situation, or if you do keep one of these guns. Let me know. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention, they do make combination rimfire and shotgun guns for survival. And we didn't really talk about that today. Maybe you could get the best of both worlds, but I'd like to get my hands on some of those ones made by either Savage or like the US M6 replicas that are coming in from Europe, and do some testing with those, but that'll be a video for the future. So thanks everybody. Like and subscribe if you think I deserve it, and have a good one.